On today's video, we are going to get stuck into 3D printing self-watering plant pots. So this isn't my design. I went to printables.com where I get a lot of files actually and found this. This is the one I used here and decided to give it a go at printing it. I've never printed a self-watering plant pot before and it looked like a fun thing to try. So downloaded the STLs, print them Z up. They're pretty easy to print, comes in two parts like this. And this is the part that you put your plant in, your soil in, and this is the part that holds the water. So there's a couple of things you need to be aware, and that is this obviously needs to be waterproof. So PETG has a much higher chance of producing a waterproof seal, and that is purely because of the way it flows. So if you're going to use PLA, don't put this anywhere near direct sunlight. PLA will kind of go super soft and just distort in the sun. That's even in the winter on a sunny windowsill. It will just kind of like, you know. So either use PETG or something equally as strong and robust. If you're going to use PLA, then you're going to need to make sure that you probably increase your flow rate to about 103% and 2 wall passes. That's probably going to assist with making this waterproof. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop the mic on and just check this print's waterproofness. So we're holding about, I don't know, half a litre, 3/4 of a litre in here of water. There's no drips. It's printed really nice. I used the bamboo P1P, anything like that. You know, to be fair, any printer, if set up properly, will print these really well. And sit that in there. And we can see that it sits nicely, it's holding the water, so let's get rid of that. Let's dry this up. This is a really nice print actually. It's there's a lot of junk prints online, but this one's really good. So don't be afraid of trying this one. This is printed with PLA. This is going to be kept inside under hydrolights. The sun here in Alberta gets super hot. Even when it's cold, you know, even in the middle of January when it's like -20 outside, it's sunny like 350 days of the year. And the sun can get really penetrating and it will destroy PLA prints. So keep this under hydrolights if you want to use PLA. Next thing we need to do is to get some soil and pop it in here. Now we've got some holes, the drainage holes that the water are going to go through. So we want to get some kind of largish medium down the bottom here. So let's get some vermiculite. Vermiculite, it's just what I got. It will do a really nice job. It helps increase hydration and drainage. So a good layer of vermiculite down in the bottom there will stop soil going through down to the bottom. Perlite, great. Loads of different other materials it can use. Next is obviously our soil. This is a good active soil that's got plenty of fertilizer in there. It's nice and airy. Now, if you want to increase the aeration of your soil, then again you can just go to vermiculite or perlite, something like that, and you can just add a little bit into your soil and mix it around. There really is nothing but benefits for increasing the drainage of your soil. For most things, that is what it wants. So we're just going to keep filling up this with our soil. So we've got our soil in here with plenty of drainage vermiculite mixed in with that. It's well fertilized soil, so it's good stuff. Now we really just need to get a plant in there of some kind. So let's get one ready. So we've got some here that have been just starting in the Arc Verde unit. And we've got 3 Japanese maples and 2 giant sequoia. So for this one, let's go for a Japanese maple. So we're gonna lift it out. We've got the taproot going down nicely out the bottom. And let's make a good sized hole in there. We don't want to damage that taproot at all. You're better off going way over the size and then backfilling it after that. Once we've done that, we're going to pop those back under the light and we're just going to top this off. We're going to top this off with a little bit more vermiculite. There we've got our wonderfully prepared little baby Japanese maple in our self-watering 3D printed plant pot. Lots of peas, and we're simply going to put that in there like so. Fits perfectly. Let's get these out of the way and let's get some water in there. This model, we have this little opening here. This is simply where the water goes. So to start with, don't add any feed, just get it used to the new potting environment. When you move a plant, whether it be young, old, or indifferent, it will freak out for a little bit until it gets used to the new environment. So just give it nice amounts of water. Don't flood it. Don't let it dry out. Just keep it nice and moist until it gets used to that new environment. Put in about 300 milliliters, just over a cup and a half, something like that, of water. And we're just going to leave that there under the light and check on it periodically. If you want to check on it how it's doing, you can just lift the middle out and see, make sure there's water in there. Plants love to be watered from the bottom up. It's a great way of making sure that it's completely hydrated soil, because if it's moist at the top, it's going to be moist at the bottom. Sometimes when you water from the top layer becomes hydrophobic and it stops water penetrating down into the soil. Now, in hydro growing, we don't generally suffer from that problem, but once you start combining technologies like soil-based using hydro lights, you have to watch out for that. There we go. A really nice, easy 3D printed self-watering plant pot. Gonna do some more videos on how to print these and any kind of little faux pas to avoid, because in this part of the world, it's bloody cold. It's the middle of winter here in Canada and nothing is growing outside. It's all completely dead. But going back down to minus 20°C, I think, next week. So everything's inside. Next week, I'm going to show you how to print a different kind of plant pot. And we're going to start looking at getting our growing started for the outdoor season downstairs in a basement, where we're going to start our potatoes, and we're going to 3D print another hydro tower as well. If you don't want to miss that, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.